Hello, my beautiful people, my beautiful family, my beautiful soul family. Welcome to my channel, The Mystical Hummingbird. I'm really happy to be here with you today on this beautiful sunny day. And I have a lot of beautiful things for you. It has been a really intense week with lots of challenges and lots of things that have made me think about my path and how I'm evolving and how I am discovering things about me and during this journey. And I've asked Spirit to guide me and to let me know what would be the best thing to tackle today. And I want to say that I've had some surprises this week, and I'm discovering that where my weaknesses lie and what I'm supposed to do or what I can do to overcome things and stand my ground and be who I truly am. So I feel that finding purpose in the journey of life is one of the most important things to do. I really enjoy talking to you guys, and I would prefer not to have to read all my information I have for you, but I want to stay clear and focused on the things, because there are so many ideas and I have so many things that I want to share that it's sometimes difficult to maintain everything like this, you know. So when I write things down, it helps me to stay focused, and then I can give you the things in a manner where it's easy to understand and it's not all, all mixed up and muddled, you know what I mean. Okay, so finding purpose in the journey of life. Life is truly a journey, many journeys within a life. From the moment we first awake into this world, a baby, we begin to experience life and learning through these pivotal moments provided by this experience. We are learning about the world, about people. We learn to bond to our parents, caretakers, family. During this process, we learn to move, cry out when hungry, when sad, when in discomfort. And then we learn to walk, to talk. We learn from others, and usually we become sponges, acquiring information which we later use. I want to say that probably up to the age of 25 or so, we're focused on learning. First is the baby stage, and then you become, you're a child, and then you become an adolescent, and then you become an adult. So later on, we go to school, and there we learn social behaviors. We learn this also from our homes. We learn how to reason, and our personalities are pretty much developed. And there are steps we take as the years come along. And we navigate through this life, learning lessons, getting experiences about ourselves, other people, working, schooling. We experience betrayals, moments of joy, of hate, sicknesses. We create habits, good ones, bad ones, toxic behaviors and patterns, belief systems, dogmas from the world, experience breakups, marriages, graduations, etc. So we also achieve greatness. Some people do, some experience losses, all learning experiences in this journey called life. Some are wealthy, some are medium class, and others struggle in a poverty state. Then some experience trauma of all kinds. So I thought one day and remembered when my life broke into a million pieces, and all I thought was this picturesque life that I had for 21 years of what I thought was truth. And I then thought, what was this? And I felt I asked myself, what had sustained this firm supposedly thought a firm foundation. Nope. It was all an illusion. Although I lived it, it was beautiful, that it had its time. And then I had a rude awakening done upon me. And I want to tell you that, hold on a minute, I'm going to the other page. I came to a reality that I never thought I would experience. The emotional pain and the stress of my family being broken, especially my sweet children, was more than I could bear. So one day, amidst the pain, I began inner introspection. But this happened way before I was going through the dark night of the soul. And like I've mentioned before, I tried to commit suicide 3 times. But when I finally, the last time that I did, and when I found myself at the hospital, I haven't told you this. I was in a hospital. They had put a white jacket on me. They had tied me down because I was scratching and hurting myself. They gave me some sedatives. And then when I woke up, there was a nurse sitting next to me, and she said to me, "You dropped your book." And I looked at her. I didn't know what she was talking about. And she lifted the book from the ground, and it was a little paperback. And the title, I believe, I haven't forgotten it, but I don't remember the author. But it was, "What is Love?" I believe that's what the title was. So I said to her, it's okay, just leave it there. And I asked her, "Will you please take this off so I can pick up my book and read it?" This was not my book. But I know clearly that someone had sent this book to me. So the nurse replied and said, "Okay, we're going to keep an eye on you." I said, "Okay, I agree. It's okay." So I had my space. I began reading the book. I never put it down. This book explained to me everything I was not living. It was opposite of everything I was living, of what I thought love was. And it was all about self-love. So that day, amidst the pain, I began inner introspection. I went within and sought God for sustenance. I've always sought God. I've always had God by my side. But I was never that adamant about finding answers to my life. I was not, I was not clear of really what I wanted out of life. So I reached out for Him for sustenance. And as I've told you before, I've experienced the experience that I had, which confirmed that I was not alone, that the Creator who placed me here was concerned for my well-being, and I was important to Him. And because I've had a relationship with this Creator, my God, my Father, my Lion, my Abba, and because He is my Father and I His divine child, like I've mentioned before, I am not, nor will I ever be, a religious person, for I walk the spiritual path and I respect what others follow, so I let others do what they feel is good for them without judgment. Okay, so I've been remembering, backtracking my steps, what brought me here, because I have a mind that is filled with wonder, regardless of the challenges I have had to face, mostly alone, yet not completely alone. For my strength and faith and courage, I must admit, came from my Creator, my Father, my God. So I leaned on Him, especially on days when I couldn't take another step. I experienced extreme lows, very few heights. I'm going to tell you, one day I got 4 tickets in my car that I had parked the wrong place, and each of the tickets were over $100. 4 tickets in one day. So my energy was depleted. I was negative. I was like this dark person walking around and oblivious to everything. So I began asking myself what I wanted out of life and what expectations I had for this journey. All of the special moments and memories I had stored in my heart, in my mind of our family, like I had to begin to work through it and decided I could not allow for this to define my life's journey. This could not be the end, and I decided then to not allow others, no one's decisions to define my life and my experience of my journey. Yes, my journey. So, how was I to take the reins of my life and embrace my journey was a most pivotal question. I decided to take responsibility for my journey and I would make it the best ever. Of course, this did not happen overnight. It didn't, because I had to go through these steps, and you fall. When you're a little kid and you're learning to walk, you fall lots of times, and then you have to get up. Then you get up, and then you walk, and then you fall, and then you walk, and then you fall. I was like this. But I never stayed down. No, I'm a warrior. I know I'm a spiritual warrior, and I know I have, like they say there, you got the balls. I have no balls because I'm a girl. My balls are up here. But I have balls, you guys, and I know pretty sure you guys do too. Okay. So I began conversing with Spirit. I took time for prayer, for myself, for meditating, and then I spoke about my dreams, my expectations. I began seeing small changes that gave me hope. I built my inner child. I began to consider her and to began healing. I must tell you, my soul family, the emotion, or should I say the thing that was most important for me to be the first to let go, was hatred. I had never experienced this emotion. It was foreign to me. And I've actually have had the word hatred, I have deleted it from my vocabulary. I'm using it here because I'm explaining something. Well, I never say I hate this or that. Now I say I dislike this or I dislike that, but I never go as far as to say I hate. So when I taste this experience, because it was a taste and it was bitter, it hurt me more than I could ever have imagined. That it was detrimental to my peace of mind, and to hate people, things done to you purposefully, regardless, was more painful to me and so very detrimental to my heart's health and my mind and well-being. So my heart was deterred against me holding hatred within. I acknowledged this to myself and forgave the situation, people, and most of all myself. I took responsibility for what I thought and for how my journey would be like, so that when I looked back into my life, I would be able to be proud of my decisions, and not only that, but be happy and grateful for having a forgiving heart and give myself credit and to remove the guilt. Life is a very, very long journey, yet short for some. Nevertheless, a journey between humans and being humane. And I cannot stress enough for us to be kind and humane, first to us, to build and rejoice in our journey. So when we come to the understanding that we are fully responsible for our journey, we then take measures and create a plan with a purpose to live a joyful and to be of the highest service to first ourselves and fill our cups so they overflow with joy. I chose the path less traveled, a spiritual journey, for this is my soul's destiny, and I know exactly who I am and where I am going. Fear, excuse me, fear no longer dictates my life. For excuse me again. I forgot my water bottle. What did I do with it? Oh my goodness. Let me get my gather my bearings. Okay, where was I? Fear no longer dictates my life, for Spirit walks with me, and I walk by faith, not sight. And by healing my inner child, securing self-esteem, belief of self, worth, and affirming the ego, so that I can experience positive states of mind. Having purpose is something we give to ourselves. Many live unpurposefully lives, and that, my friends, is part of the unconsciousness of humanity. It implies a lack of vision and ignorance. Here we do a disservice to ourselves, the world we live in, as well as our Creator. I decided back then in the year 2000, when I had that most poignant paranormal spiritual experience, that I would live my authentic, the most authentic life, becoming the true me, clear as water and as a reflection in a mirror. Nothing else would do, for I made a contract with myself and Spirit. We must be committed to this journey and be honest with ourselves. What is the main goal we desire to achieve? What do we want to gain? What are our expectations? And you guys, you need to follow that which excites you and ignites you, that ignites and fires up your souls, that which brings you joy and laughter, love. By doing so, you unlock your true purpose and figure then what your journey will look like. I am a high idealist and dreamer, creative dreamer. I believe we can live heaven on earth. I truly believe this. Excuse me. In our humanness, we cannot comprehend or understand this concept. But when you have, or should I say, when we create a relationship with your Maker, you start experiencing miraculous things in your life, around you, in your journey. Like me, then you'll say the same and think the same. Heaven is and can be a place on earth, truly. Like Belinda Carlisle used to sing in that song, Heaven is a Place on Earth. I had to do self-empowerment to free myself. Personal empowerment is key. When I went within and found my God, I found myself and succeeded. I know where I am going. I know the outcome will be to my heart's delight, even though I may not know exactly what the outcome turns out to be. Besides, I like surprises. Now, I share with you the importance of living this moment. It is crucial to your journey. It is most important. I'm going to read you, I'll tell you about Aesop, one of my favorite Greek storytellers, philosophers. Now, this fable about the tortoise and hare, I'm sure you all have heard about it and read it when you were a young kid, or I don't know, maybe you have heard it. How the speedy hare loved to boast about how fast he could run and challenged a tortoise to have a race with him. And the tortoise agreed. The hare, with its big ego, didn't think he could ever lose, so they began the race. Of course, he took off swiftly and zoomed off and raced down the path. The tortoise plodding along slow and steady, just as he always did. Well, before long, the hare was so far ahead, he decided to take a nap and he could afford a little rest. So he thought. He laid down under a shady tree, soon fell asleep, took a nap, and the turtle, meanwhile, kept trotting along, one slow step at a time, never stopping, quietly, steadily making his way to the finish line. When the hare, he realized he tried to run as fast as he could. He saw that the tortoise reached the finish line before him, and it was way too late for the hare. He did not make it. It was way too late. The tortoise had already crossed the finish line and won the race. The hare could not believe it. The tortoise said, "Slow and steady wins the race." This little cute fable gives me a lot of messages. Slow and steady wins the race, obviously. But also there was purpose in the tortoise. He knew what he wanted to achieve. And he also, since a tortoise walks slow, he enjoyed the view of his journey race. Plus, he was humble, patient. It is good for us to eat humble pie at times. It keeps us focused on what is right, and the arrogant hare had no vision, no purpose. I call that ignorance too. When we know what we know, knowledge is power, people. And anyone without curiosity or knowledge of the self is powerless in this 3D world, whatever you want to call it. The greatest sin, and I don't believe that there's such a thing, but sin is just going against something that makes you feel like missing your aim. That's what sin is for, this is what I think. But the greatest sin for me on earth, actually there are two in my eyes. First is ignorance, and then there's fear. Ignorance is a state of being, and one people choose for everything we choose. 4, they are oblivious to anything opposite, nor they care to seek for enlightenment or knowledge of what they are made of, what lurks within. Therefore, they stay in ignorance, without purpose, without vision. And fear, to me, is lack of faith in yourself and in your Creator. There are many fears in humanity, most based on illusions. Some, like primal fear, being an innate fear that is programmed in our brains. Irrational fears don't make logical sense and vary from person to person. Rational fear, when there's real danger, no imminent threat or danger. And here I like to mention a scripture left on an airplane seat for me when I was traveling to South America in the year of 2010. I had some mixed emotions, and I had some fears about the unknown. And as I got on the airplane, I had a prayer in my heart, as I always do. But when I went and found my seat, I was looking for my seat, I found this little bookmarker on my seat, and it read, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." We tend to fear the unknown. Fear comes from lack of both faith and information. I now know I have been on my soul's journey since I was a little girl, but this was confirmed to me when I had a tower moment back in the year of 1998, when the carpet was literally pulled from under me and it took me over for a loop. I really began questioning everything, why I had not paid attention to my dreams, and the knowing of my heart did not heed the call of my soul. Nature teaches us. I shall emulate the tortoise. I decided that years back. I enjoy my journey purposefully. I embrace her, and I continue my soul's evolution with a grand vision of what I expect of myself. I desire to aid in this world's waking of our consciousness. I know I am a cosmic being, and much is expected of me from spirit. I understand that I am whole and I have to find the depthness of myself and ever evolving. And I am on a journey of self-discovery, and the journey in actuality is the best part, for it is the excitement, looking forward to the little unassuming things we find along the way, like a sunset, a rainbow, things that we find along the way that we're not expecting to find. Thus, enjoy the moment fully and consciously. When I was a child, I remember finding a most beautiful turquoise colored gecko. It was fast, like the wind, but I was faster. I caught him, and when I caught him, I held him in my arm, in my hands, observed him and studied him and the colorful tail he had. And I was in the intricate patterns of the color turquoise, but it was almost like he had been painted. He didn't seem real. I delighted in its magnificent form. How was he made this way? And I wonder, and he was wearing my favorite color, turquoise, because I love turquoise. After a while, I thanked him for allowing me to play with him. I set him free, but not before I kissed him. He was kind of cold too. They were and are super fast, so it was an epic moment for me to have experienced this and have caught him. Life is filled with little intricacies, little delicious moments that make our view more beautiful. And I thought, when we're little, we all want to grow up fast. Do you guys remember that? Oh, I can't wait to be 15. Oh, I can't wait to be a teenager. Oh, what wouldn't we give to be a kid right now? But guess what? I'm always a kid. I will always be a kid. We should all be taught from little to enjoy the moment, to live it fully, completely, and grows within its magic. What would we give again, you guys, to be a child and run free? And I know not all of our lives are, like I said, we all have had traumatic moments, but childhood, there must have been moments of joy in all of our lives. There must have been. I want to believe that. Live life without expectations when we were kids. I think that's one of the coolest things, just to live and be. When we found these little treasures, like for me, when I was little and I would find these little treasures given to me by nature, like little shells, I would treasure them and I would look at them for hours and wonder, how could it be made like that? And who lived inside this shell? And how could it be mother of pearl? And how could she hold herself? Whatever little animal lived inside this little shell, how could it be formed so perfectly? There's perfection in this world, even in the things that are unassuming, things that we don't even think about. There are thousands of little moments in our lives within this journey we are all taking. Some walking in expanding consciousness, and some are walking asleep. We all need to nurture that inner beautiful child of light within us and invest in ourselves, making our journey the best experience, filled with love, laughter, adventure. But we must also need to become disciplined, focused, valiant, and take our time in all our endeavors. Live this journey this day as if it was your last day upon this earth, with purpose, with passion, with gusto, and most definitely in color, the most vibrant colors you can imagine. So to build a beautiful journey we plan, invest into our best journey, and think of what? A beautiful garden. There I go again with my gardens. I know we have all been hurt and hold traumatic experiences, but you can clean your garden, your mind. Remove what no longer services you. Remove insecurities. Be brave. Seize the day. Carpe diem. Let go of the past completely. Love authenticity. Have authentic conversations with yourself. Be authentic in your truth. If you hold your feelings and not share them, you do yourself a disservice. How do you know that perhaps your feelings will be reciprocated in turn, and you will bring joy to yourself and another person and give them joy and give them a smile? Have you thought of that? Remember to ask yourselves, What do you want to experience in your journey? Know that even though love is special and wonderful, it cannot hold a relationship, just mere love. Why, you ask? Well, you can love a person, but they can be toxic, abusive, both physically, verbally, codependent, with addictions, narcissistic, jealous, unkind, not trustworthy. And until that person does some serious healing, we need to take measures of creating healthy boundaries for ourselves. We cannot stay on unhealthy relationships, and love cannot maintain itself in such conditions and low vibrational vibes and environment. Love is a treasure. Love is a gem. True love cannot thrive in dirty soil, unhealthy mind. So ask yourselves, what kind of partner do I desire on my journey? Or if any, for that matter. Some people are lone wolves and keep to themselves. I personally feel that we grow better and learn about ourselves in companionship. But I also observe nature. When you see the sequoias in California, they are strong trees living for hundreds of years and are growing in a close community. They reach the skies, some over 300 feet tall, and can weigh some up to over 600 tons. Their roots under the earth unite them, keeping them strong, and they withstand nature's fury and all the elements. Now, I have observed some years ago a beautiful oak tree all by itself in a valley in beautiful Torrey, Utah, and it stands completely alone. There are no bushes, no other trees around him. I named him Earl. I thought it was a dignified name for such a grand, beautiful oak tree. So we can stand alone in this journey of life, and we get to ask ourselves, what do I choose? Be accountable to yourselves for all that you choose and be grateful. Respect your decisions. And provide yourselves a meaningful, joyful journey, one you can look back on and be proud of. Your power lies within. Within. Go there and find your truth, your light, your love, your joy. You can do it. This is your life, your journey. You get to determine how to live it. Breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Instant purification. It is an automatic part of our human existence. Nature is within us and teaches us to be resilient like the trees. When you breathe out, the breath carries carbon dioxide, so it is taking care for us. The breath of life in this life's journey should also be intentional. Most people don't know how to breathe because they don't know how. Knowledge is power. So empower yourselves. Become the emperor, empress of your lives. The ancients knew about pranayama. This is a Sanskrit word. This pranayama is an ancient breath technique from the Vedas, from the time thousands of years ago in ancient India. It originates from yogic practices in India. It involves controlling your breath in different styles and lengths. Educate yourselves to acquire better living conditions. Your life, your journey, your vessel is sacred. There's only one you. There are no other replicas. There aren't. Create the best you. Learn from the tortoise. Walk this journey of yours in full conscientious mode. Breathe in each moment in purpose. Walk uprightly, serene with confidence, slow with awe, and marvel at the beauty of your journey, for the secret of life lies within the journey itself. And take in each moment as if you were on a train watching what is being offered to you. Take in all the delicious moments. So when you reach your soul, your goals, it is the lovely climax and fulfillment you get to enjoy from a journey well lived. This is your life, and it is all well worth it. Everything that makes us happy is worth it. So seize the moment, people. Seize this moment. Seize your life. Seize your thoughts. Give yourself meaning so that when you are at the end of your days, you can look back without any regrets. You have no idea where you're going when you leave this place. And all you take with you is your experiences. And let those experiences, I speak for myself. Because the day I walk away from here, I want to be like a library of experiences. I want to have thousands of experiences. And I can just go back and remember, oh, when I did this, when I did that. And I truly believe that I can actually live those moments again in the future, wherever I may find myself. So go and become the architect of your life, the author of your book of life, the director of the movie of your life. Make it the most beautiful. My Abba, my lion, my God, is my muse, and he inspires me, and I am grateful for this moment. I thank you all for taking your time that you come and listen to me. For those that have been listening, even though there haven't been any comments, it's fine. I take my time for you because I know there are people that are starving for truth, and I'm sharing my truth. I'm not saying that this is the only truth, because if you look in your hearts, you have thoughts that make you be you. That's your truth. Therefore, I respect it. I respect your truth. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read you a couple of quotes from two of people that I totally adore. Rumi, the ancient poet, and Khalil Gibran, the Lebanese writer and poet. First, Rumi said, "Every mortal will taste death, but only some will taste life." So, I always speak about fruits. I speak about food because I love food. I think that's one of the, I don't want to say I think, but this thought is through my experiences because I've lived abroad. I'm in the United States. I was born in South America. I was very blessed to live in a place where I had avocado trees. We actually had avocado fights with my siblings and my cousins, and they were like my finger. When they start getting big, they're just like this little long thing. And then when our grandparents and our parents were taking a nap, we would climb on the trees and start throwing them everywhere. The walls would be all green, and then we got a spanking after that. But I have to tell you, life, the deliciousness of life and the foods of life, just think about your best plates. You may be from Mexico and you love your Mexican food that your grandma made. Or maybe you're from Spain and they have the delicious patatas that they make. They make all these different platters and their wines. And then you think of the Mediterranean and you think about the delicious foods they make there with the platters full of vegetables and fish. And then Japan with the delectable sushi. Like, oh my God, I love sushi. And then I think, and I lived in Europe and in Scandinavia, and there are beautiful platters there too, the cheeses, the breads, the bakery goods. So we live in a world that there's so much diversity of people and of cultures, languages, and foods. And why not enjoy the moment, enjoy tasting foods, try different things. Don't just buy crap, like just these, okay, everybody's going to go camping sometimes and you'll have a can and open up a can, that's fine. But my God, there's vegetables like rutabaga, there's eggplant, there's mushrooms, all types of mushrooms. There's just so much that we can enjoy, and that makes our life worthwhile living. And there's nothing more delectable than have the taste in your mouth of delicious things that make you smile, and you think, oh, I remember my grandma's soup, and oh, I remember this dish she made, or oh, this bread, or this whatever that was made in the ovens, in the traditional old-fashioned ovens. I'm telling you, the food in Turkey, the Mediterranean, Spain, all the world, everything, Indian tacos. I'm not crazy too much about red meat, and I've eaten it just still a little bit once in a great blue moon. But I mostly eat fish and chicken, and very, yeah, just very, maybe once a year, twice a year, I might eat steak or something. But I try not to eat meats, not that much. I'm mostly a vegetarian. I love cheeses and things like that. I will eat eggs and all that. But anyway, I just want you to see and understand what you have, what we have. This life carries us in a manner that I don't think people realize. I don't think people are aware of the gift that life gives us. Now, music. Oh, music, don't get me started. I think I'm going to do something just on music. I'm not going to say any more about that because I can go crazy, I'm telling you. Music for me is the air of life. Music is like the air of life. Without music, although I love and enjoy silence, silence is music for me too. You probably think I'm completely insane. I have such weird ideas in how I see life, but it's because I'm inquisitive. I want to know. I want to feel. I want to enjoy. I want to relish. I want to savor life like a piece of delicious fruit, like the most delicious candy. Like when you smell an aroma of, when you're in Hawaii and you smell plumerias, oh my God. When you walk in the ocean and smell the salty air, and then you breathe in this air. When you smell a baby, babies have a special smell. There's a song from the group U2, and what's it called? The song, something about I want to live my life. He's actually speaking. When I first heard it, I thought, this is God speaking to us. I want to live my life. Da, da, da. Something about a baby's breath and about the baby. Oh my gosh, that's going to bug me. I'm going to have to tell you the next time I have so many things in my head. Okay, so I'm going to read you something else that Rumi said. I love this one. This is me. This is, I think, what sets me apart, and I'm proud of being the black sheep of the family. I don't really care. Run from what's comfortable. Forget safety. Live where you fear to live. Destroy your reputation. Be notorious. I have tried prudent I have tried prudent placing long in what is this? Planning long enough. From now on, I will be mad. I like that. And Khalil Gibran, oh my goodness. I hope you guys have read the book, The Prophet. Such insights. When I read that book, I remember reading it and I realized, wow, my children are actually not mine. I didn't realize that, but it taught me so many things. I mean, our womb is borrowed and we have children, but they're the children of the universe, of the Creator. Everything that comes to us is adherent to our lives, is to enhance our lives. Children enhance our lives. A partner enhances your life, but we are an entity on our own. And some of us, I believe we're all created with a partner because this is what I want to believe. I believe in a true love. But to be honest, I have never really experienced true love. But you know what I've experienced? Me. I've experienced love through me. And today I can honestly tell you that I know a little bit about love through me. And what it means to love, what that little word entails. The depth of the word love. It's the most beautiful thing that we have been given. It's the most beautiful gift besides breath. Khalil Gibran, this wonderful writer, poet. Man struggles to find himself, unaware that the life he's seeking is within him. It's like when you seek God, you find who? You. When you find you, you find God. And I like this one. Travel and tell no one. Have a true love story and tell no one. Live happily and tell no one. People ruin beautiful things. I love this wisdom. It's okay to share our lives, but there is so much jealousy. And when I look society and I maintain myself mostly to myself. I stay away from all the commotion and all the, when people are fighting about this and that with politics and their religions and this and that. I stay within my borders, around me, and I surround myself with spirit. And I know that we are all the earth is going through a birth. She is going through a birth. She's going through great changes. So she is going through the pains of birth. A birth doesn't have to be painful. I used to work when I worked at the health department, I learned many things about birth, and I can help a woman if she needs to deliver a baby. I can deliver a baby. I work kind of like it's a doula. But I have to tell you, all the suffering that we get in this life is for learning experiences, to learn who we are. But I have to tell you that when we discover who we truly are and we empower ourselves to the beings, to the essence of what we truly are, we cannot overlook the greatness in us. And I say this all humbly. I don't mean like, I'm great and and this and that. We're all great. But what are we going to do with the greatness that's within us? What are we going to do? Are we going to service ourselves and make ourselves richer and more wealthier and have more money in the bank and not think of others? I can only think of, I have always loved the teachings of Jesus. My grandmother taught them to me when I was little. She only spoke to me of spiritual things. She spoke to me about God, about the meaning of a father that loves his children. And I want to use what the rest of the days that I have been given to discover myself, and I want to create things. I have many things in my mind that I want to do. I want to help young people. I want to help children. I want to create places where people are so tired from life. Like there's mothers like me. When I worked, I had 3 jobs, you guys. There was no rest for me. There was no, I had no moments of joy. And I was just tired making a living, trying to sustain my children and myself. And I feel that people need to be paid a decent wage so they don't have to work 2, 3 jobs. We need to teach young people to find that which they love so they can choose careers that they can make their life better and then also help support this great world of ours. But I think many things need to change, and the first thing that needs to change is us, each person individually. And we're responsible. This is why I feel that the journey of life is so pivotal. It's so important to give it importance, to give it grace, to give it love, to give it the best of us to this beautiful journey. I like that one old movie. Remember that song, Fred Astaire, Singing in the Rain. Da-dun, da-dun. Okay, think of life like you're singing in the rain. You're walking and the rain is falling upon you, and I know, I know, I've heard people tell me that I live like in a la la land, that I live in this, come on, come back to the earth. Why? I ask you why when my life is magical. There's many things I cannot tell you because you will not believe them. You will not believe them because they are magical and they happen to me. And I stand here and tell you, God walks with me. God talks to me through people, through books, in my dreams, in my mind, music, nature, animals. There is more behind the spectrum in this earth that we call earth, in this experience of earth. There's more behind the spectrum. There's another world. There's a spiritual world, because this is what you are, what I am. We're spiritual beings living an experience, a physical experience. And I want to say, the body is inside the spirit. So what you see right here, it's my spirit. Love yourselves. See the best in you. Stop feeling guilty about things. If you need to heal, find the measures, find the ways, therapist or whatever. Do change. You be the change. You be the change that when you make this change, you will make yourself proud to be who you are. And you will learn about love like you've never known before. There is a love. I have connection with a very special being. He sends me music, and I adore him. I love him. And I know that I'm not making this up. What would the purpose be of that? Of me standing here talking to you for hours about my life and about the changes that I'm making or what I'm seeing about life? Everybody's busy. I'm very busy. I have many things to do. I have a job that's 24/7. I'm working with myself. I'm working with my books. I'm working with my things that are important to me. I also have family, and I cannot help them the way I used to before, spend time with them and do things like I used to, because I'm in a position where I take care of someone, and this person is blind, deaf, and mute, and I'm her caretaker / nurse. Therefore, my life is very restricted, and I'm more in a like a hermit. But within this hermit time that I've had, almost 4 years now, I found so many things about myself, and God put me exactly where I'm supposed to be. This person does not speak to me. My patient does not. She cannot speak. She cannot voice. She makes little sounds, and sometimes you probably hear her. But I must tell you, I have a closer relationship with her than some of my members of my own family. Treasure life. Treasure yourselves. Treasure the moment. Treasure the journey. Savor it. Start with little things. Think about, for example, what you experienced today. Before I go to bed every day, when I close my eyes, I think, okay, what was the best part of my day today? And then I think, oh, I did this, or oh, I ate this, or oh, I met that person, or oh, I heard this gorgeous, beautiful piece of music. And then I recall the things I've experienced. And sometimes I'm silly because I'm like a kid. I lay in the bed and I go, ooh, I shake like a kid and I think of something that really made me happy. And yeah, I love me. I love my inner child called Amor, meaning love. The universe knew. The universe knew that this little doll that I found, that he found and it gave me, it gifted me last year. It knew that I call my inner child love. And there it is, Amor. I'm telling you, my life is magical. There have been countless of times when I'm driving and there have been storms with ice storms and snowstorms, and I'm driving and all I have, Father, we're stuck in this together, so someone better help me. And all of a sudden comes a big huge truck in front of me, and the truck, I drive behind the truck slow and maintain myself, and then what happens? The truck happens to just exit right where I'm supposed to go. There's just countless of things in my life because God, once you invite God, and if you don't even know that there's a God, my God, ask, and it shall be given unto you. If you're an atheist, oh fuck that, I don't believe in God, whatever. You are alive. You're a perfect being, regardless of the condition. You are missing a leg. Let me tell you, there's perfection, imperfection, and the perfection of life. I know, I am too deep, but it's okay. I don't know what more to tell you, but just love yourselves. Love that what you're made out of. See the best in you. See the best in others. Watch life develop and unfold itself like the petals of a flower. Just watch life develop, envelop, and it envelops you. And if you have a partner, love them, treasure them, let them know you love them. See the beauty in them. Be grateful for them. Don't let life pass you by. You don't know if you're going to be alive tomorrow. If, God forbid, something happens, an accident, whatever. Our lives are not guaranteed, but we are guaranteed happiness if you choose it. We are guaranteed intelligence if we seek it. Knowledge, you seek knowledge, and there it is. There are thousands of books. There are thousands of libraries. You want knowledge from above? Get on your knees. Ask. You will be shown many things that you have no idea of. Ask. God will answer you. I am no different than you. Absolutely not. God answers me all the time. I'm looking forward for spring. I can't wait. And everybody looks at me and goes, Vivi, we're in the middle of the winter. But we've had so many sunny days. And I did ask, I said, Father, I am not driving in the roads with ice and snow. And I have not had to drive in the roads with ice and snow this winter. And it has snowed many times. But nope, when I'm out, the sun is shining. And there has been rain, but I have been able to drive with no problems. And I don't like driving in the snow. And I wish to be living in the future in a place where there's beautiful mountains and lakes and ocean and semi-tropical, and so I can have and grow trees and grow my beautiful figs and avocados and lemon trees and have my organic garden and just go crazy in my garden with all my herbs. And yeah, anyway, I wish you all a beautiful day. I bless you all. Find your truth. You are loved. You are loved. You're not alone. You have angels around you. You have spirit beings, your grandparents, your your ancestors with you, but most of all, you have a God that loves you. The Creator loves you. And I don't know if you believe in Jesus Christ, but He's there. He's here. He loves the people. He's an ascended master. There are many. Find your joy. Find it and look for it like like you cannot be without it. That's another thing. Choose partners that you cannot live without. Don't just settle. Seek that what your heart craves. Seek that gives you joy, makes you laugh, and you close your eyes and you cannot live without that person. Unconditional love, but give that to you first. Okay, I love you. My beautiful hummingbirds, my beautiful birds out there, my beautiful soul family. God be with you all. Bye.